Hi. Today I'm here to talk about something more ridiculous, absurd, and outlandish than the way girls compliment each other in Instagram comment section. The topic of today's video, the Kids Online Safety Act. I'm honestly surprised because I haven't seen a whole lot of YouTubers talking about this because this whole thing concerns minors on the internet, and as you know, any YouTuber that gets past like 1 million subscribers just immediately becomes a predator. So let's just start off with the bare bones basics here. What is the Kids Online Safety Act and how is it really bad? So let's just get started here. So what's the purpose of this whole bill? Well, it's to protect children online. It's in the name. I'm sure all of you guessed that already. For like the one person in the entire like 20 people that'll watch this, it's for protecting kids online. All right, little buddy, which honestly seems pretty good before you look into the details, because frankly I am pretty tired of seeing people getting called racist by a bunch of 13-year-olds just for making a off-colored joke. I want to fucking kill myself. So how is this bill going to go about this issue, and how did we get to this problem in the first place, besides bad parenting, of course? Because, you know, there's an easy solution that we're all not seeing here. Parents could just monitor what their kids do on the internet. It's not that deep, bro. Like, really. Let's read a little bit here. Over the past decade, we've witnessed the teenage mental health crisis in America. Skyrocketing suicide rates, hospitalizations for self-harm, and depression among children and teens. Yeah, I wonder why there's a teenage mental health crisis. You know, maybe because the entire education system in America is completely and utterly flawed, and just to go to college has to suck away all of your money to get a job that won't even pay you enough. Being able to work 40 hours a week still not being enough to pay for groceries and housing or rent or whatever you want to buy, or the fact that the entire political system is blatantly corrupt in America and every single party is not working for the people whatsoever, and that these corrupt politicians that are with the corrupt parties are also completely senile and are making decisions for the teenagers' futures, despite the fact that the politicians might die in the next like 20 years or 5 minutes with some of these people. I really have no idea. Mix that all with raging hormones and teenage issues. Now I wonder why there would be a mental health crisis. I really wonder. Now obviously I'm not saying cyberbullying doesn't affect kids. I'm not completely dense. I may look stupid, and I am, but I'm not that stupid, okay? So how is this bill going to solve this issue? Okay, let's read a little more here. It says it's going to provide parents and kids safeguards and tools to protect kids' experiences online. And oh boy, that's a lot of words. So basically, to summarize that, is it's going to detect which like accounts are for minors, and it gives the parents control to say, hey, listen, you know, you can opt your kids out of these things like algorithms or seeing certain things that the parent doesn't want them to see, etc. Creates accountability for social media's harm to kids. Again, more words. There's a lot of words here, okay? My little 3rd grade education YouTuber brain, okay, I can't handle this. Okay, this is absurd. All right, my IQ is not adequate for this. The light just flickered. I wonder if Nosferatu is in the room. Basically, what this is going to do is it's going to hold social media platforms accountable for what they show to children. That's pretty much it. And they're going to have like an audit to see what they're showing kids and trying to minimize, you know, harmful things being shown to children. But there is one problem. A teeny tiny little problem. Riddle me this, Batman. Why is the Attorney General responsible for deciding what content is dangerous to young people? Yes. Very good. Just what we all wanted. Oh, and what was that? You wanted to hear more bad news? Oh, well, perfect. You see, it actually just moved up in the next stage of legislative process, so that's fantastic. Now, I know that may be a lot to actually digest, because I did just kind of spout a whole bunch of words at you and I didn't really explain a whole lot because I don't, you know, script any of my videos. So I think we're going to take a little step back for a second. We're going to run it back and we're going to take a look at a few things that I talked about, and I want to talk about why it's bad or how it could be abused. And then we're going to take a look at the few measures that the actual bill itself is supposed to enact on the platforms to help children. Help in quotations there. It's more like control what people post, but hey, we'll get to that in a second. The things that I want to cover that I think are most important that we mentioned before are going to be how this is going to completely screw up the internet, for one. 2, how the Attorney Generals basically get to decide everything, what is dangerous for a kid or not. 3 is how it gets the age of the person to determine if they're a minor or not to make their account eligible for insert things. First, let's just start with how this will screw up the entire internet. and the entire web space. So, first of all, my first questions would be, is this just going to affect the US servers? Because this is just a US bill, so I imagine that the rest of the world aren't going to go, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that. But to be fair, whenever America does something stupid, the rest of the world tends to follow. So if it is only in the US, is it only the US companies? Is it only US web space? Like, if I'm in, like, fucking Guatemala, and I wanna make a tweet, am I gonna have to go through the same things that Americans are gonna have to go through? Like, you know, that doesn't really answer the question here. Now, that's probably just because I'm uneducated in the ways of the internet and how those things work, so I'm sure someone smarter than me will be able to answer that. And in relation to that, kids are everywhere on the internet, so you're gonna have to censor every single site worldwide if you wanted this to be effective, or at least countrywide if it's just US based. Kids are on every single platform. Age restriction just does not exist at this point. They ask you, hey, are you 18 and up? Maybe? Cool. Go on, you can go on in. Or, like, you know, you have to sign an agreement. If you're 13 and up, you can use this site, we're not liable, or whatever, right? You're gonna have to censor entire sites just to suit this one bill. And also tying into that with the attorney generals now, I want to talk about this. The lights flickering again, Nosferatu's getting heated. If they decide everything, is it going by state? Is it going by the entire country? They have a collective vote on something? Twitter in fucking, I don't know, Washington will look way different than Twitter in New York, perhaps. The point I'm trying to make is it's very inconsistent. And, you know, if you look here, KOSA's co-author, Son Blackburn of Tennessee, has referred to education about race discrimination as dangerous for kids. We're getting to the point where just educational things are now labeled as too dangerous for kids. Oh, those kiddies. You know, little Jimmy yesterday, he saw Big Titty anime girl. Oh. Little Jenny, she saw big piped OnlyFans model. Oh. It's just stupid. I don't know. Imagine trying to, like, further educate yourself on something that the American school system doesn't teach. Because believe me, it doesn't teach you on a whole lot of things. And the government's just like, yeah, no. Like, the fuck you mean, no? Like, fuck you. Another thing that I wanted to mention, age verification. In the original bill, in 2022, before it was shot down, they said there needed to be age verification. And the bill was written around that. But now that they've kind of patched it a little bit, they put a little band-aid on there. But you see, that doesn't really help anything, because the rules and the liabilities for the platforms are still the same from my knowledge. Or at least similar enough where it doesn't really make a huge difference. Let's say my boy, Jeremy wants to go onto Twitter to find some wacky news. I don't know, go on Dextero or something, right? And the site doesn't ask him for age verification. Well, now, if there's no censorship, that entire platform is now liable for him seeing something that the government deems too dangerous for him. Let's look at another scenario. It does ask for age verification. Let's say they just lie. They're what, like 13, okay? And they have to be 18. They say that they're 18, they're lying, right? Well, now the site is still held liable because it should have known that they were fucking, like, 13. Like, how do you know they're 13? It says they're on the site that it should have reasonably known. Like, what do you expect it to do? Scan its photos? Take a look at the photos? Run it through a fucking AI? Run it through the algorithms? And then say, yes, that guy's 13. Fuck him, he can't see insert X, Y, and Z. Another scenario would have to be them implementing age verification. It just makes sense to do age verification at this point, because it would prevent all the problems listed beforehand. So you have age verification, so now they have to have actual documentation to say, yeah, I'm this age. So now you're living in a fucking highly surveillanced world on the fucking internet where you have to have your ID to look for things. Like, what the fuck? That completely gets rid of the entire anonymous aspect of the internet in the first place. That's like one of the great things about the internet, is it's anonymous. Or I guess they could just completely censor everything without asking for age verification. That would be a really stupid move, but it's still a possible scenario. Are you stupid? This is what happens when old people run things. I swear to God. I mean, of course, teenagers shouldn't run things either. Believe me, they should not. Teenagers are fucking stupid, okay? You ever gone on Twitter, on like Kick? You ever gone into a Twitch chat? Okay, teenagers are fucking stupid. And there is one piece of the bill I wanted to show you because I think it's funny. Okay, made me go ha 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 ha. That's exactly what happened. Thank you. If we look at the bill and we see the section 3, duty of care, prevention of harm to minors, and we go all the way down to 6, it says predatory, unfair, or deceptive marketing practices or other financial harms. That's like almost every advertisement ever. So clearly you already know this isn't going to be honest, because you think businesses are not going to advertise on that? That's crazy as fuck. That's a huge cutout of the site's revenue. I don't know, this whole bill just doesn't make sense to me as protecting the children. It doesn't protect the fucking children. Like what? They're not learning about fucking slavery? They're still learning about that in school because there's an exception with the education system. Oh, what, you don't want them to see porn? That's it. That's literally all that's being stopped here. Pornography or like drug use. But even then, they still might teach that in school. Drug use, like, you know, addictions and stuff like that. So yeah, this law is just pathetic and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's basically just the, like, we're taking bad parenting into our own hands now law, I swear. And you can't even use a VPN to get around it either because it says that it's like platform based. So I think the way that it might work is that if it's a US based platform, then they would have to make them comply with that. But if it's like but if it's non-US based but it still has US servers, it would probably just be the specific server. I don't know. Again, like I don't know enough about actual like website and domains and stuff like that to really answer that question. I mean, is it based in like a want to help people? No, not really. Because even if you look at it from a cyberbullying aspect, sure, it may stop some people from texting you, but I'm sure other minors, i.e. your classmates, could probably still fucking cyberbully you. So I'm sure, you know, that doesn't really help a lot. And I mean, with the whole ID thing, like, yeah, the school or the fucking providers could blatantly see, like, yeah, this person, this address, whatever, is cyberbullying this person. But what are they gonna fucking do about it? Send a fucking SWAT team to their house? I could go bully someone in real life and no one would stop me. I hope you were able to follow along with the rantings of a raving lunatic. I can't keep one subject straight for more than 2 minutes. You think I could have read this entire bill wrong? I have no idea. Now correct me if I'm wrong in any places, please, I beg of you. Well, yeah, like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and take care.